You be my motivation.
Welcome to Agents of Screen, the first and only place to come to for movie reviews live at the cinema. We have just finished watching Hustlers. We're excited and we're going to give you our spoiler-free review. Excited in what ways? We're going to have to wait to find out. I'm going to come to you first, Adam. Your first impressions, please.
First impressions, strong start and floppy finish.
Strong start, floppy finish. Okay, fair enough. We'll get into it. Aaron?
Wow. Strong throughout, to be honest. Yeah. Good stamina.
Myself, what I would say, my first impressions is going to be words I never thought I would ever say. This was a very strong acting performance from Jennifer Lopez. Very strong. Never thought I would say that. Never thought I would say that. That being said, let's talk about what we enjoyed about the film. You said it was a strong start.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think coming into this movie, especially seeing the trailer, if you watch our trailer reaction, you know, we were hyped for this one.
Very.
And they went straight into it, you know, they showed the strippers scene, the club life, what it's all about, and it was just a good time, and we got to see J-Lo performing. I can't even describe it as some Olympic style maneuvers. She was insane. She was
Physical feats.
all jokes aside, she was really impressive. Yeah, it was a good start. I enjoyed that.
What about yourself?
Yeah, very surprised. I don't want to say surprised at Jada's performance because I know she can act. I have seen her, act well in other films before, but for some reason this film, it just felt like her performance was just like up here. She really, really embodied that character in every way. Like obviously the pole dancing and everything. She was just good, amazing throughout the whole film.
Just to echo what you guys said, in many ways J-Lo's performance was outstanding, both from an acting perspective and even obviously she's playing a stripper, so she has to display certain moves. She done it effortlessly, even though they require some physical prowess.
Of course.
Yeah, so I was really very impressed with that. Something else I also enjoyed, this film took place time setting wise, like initially in like 2007, 2008 times. It kind of had a throwback with the music, like they was playing some like Lil Wayne and stuff. I really appreciate that.
What was the best track you heard?
Ooh, off the top track.
I got mine.
While I'm thinking, what was yours?
Mine was Kelly Rowland, Motivation.
Oh yeah.
That embodied the movie. That's.
You really enjoyed that, yeah?
You be my motivation.
I'm glad the table is there, so I don't see the waist movement. What about yourself? Did you have a favorite track that you could remember?
Yeah. When 50 came on, I was like, okay, this is just about I Get Money.
Oh yeah.
It was about to like kick off. Yeah. The soundtrack throughout as well. The soundtrack was good, man.
Did you guys have a favorite like stripper in the movie? Had a very wide selection.
You did. So do you know what? I hesitated because I'm thinking through who there was, and I thought to myself, why am I thinking past Jennifer Lopez?
Excluding J-Lo.
Excluding J-Lo, of course, because she was the MVP. Even when they announced her, like, on the main stage, the one and only Ramona, shut down the whole Constance. We was mesmerized as well. That first dance, she was just like transfixed the whole time, understandably.
Where she was and where she needed to get to. She was thinking, how the hell am I gonna get there?
Yeah, J-Lo was like the Yoda of the stripping world,
Yeah, she had it.
She had to teach her the force, the training. Something else. We haven't even covered it. Yeah, so apart from J-Lo. So apart from J-Lo. Mesmerized again?
Why? Do you know what? Mercedes.
Okay.
Mercedes. Yeah, she was funny. I didn't think she was gonna be in it for as much as she was.
Okay, yeah.
So that was quite good to see. So I think Mercedes.
Played by actress called Keke Palmer. Mercedes. I think my favorite was there was a girl called Justice. She had like the slick back blonde hair. The slick back blonde hair. You remember? Yeah, she was mesmerizing in her own right. She didn't get much screen time, but I was transfixed every time she was on screen. What about you, apart from J-Lo?
I can't see past J-Lo. I can't see past her.
Okay, fair enough. Swiftly moving on. Something else I thought was quite good. It is obviously a film about strippers, but is a lot more than that. It's a film about exploitation, but it's not like exploitive with a woman. You know, films about strippers can be unnecessary nudity at times, you know, stuff like that. But it's a lot more than that. It's about friendship. It's about, you know, building a family and what you have to do when the times get rough. You know, I thought it was a lot more than that. So I appreciate that they did that. Maybe because it was directed by a woman, they kind of took that turn. But that's something I appreciated in the movie.
One other thing that I really liked as well was the cast. I thought the cast was stellar, to be fair, for what they did. Some good surprises in there as well, some good cameos.
Oh yeah, cameos, I forgot about that.
Another thing, just to sort of echo what Aaron's saying, so I thought Constant Wu, as good as J-Lo was, I thought Constant Wu was really good to see in this kind of role. I've never seen her play a character like this. She's normally so straight-laced, and some comedic roles, some more serious roles. This one, to see the sexy side of Constant Wu, yeah, I enjoyed it.
And it had a lot of range to her character as well.
Yeah,
you know,
big time.
In the strip club, outside the strip club, having to deal with her grandmother and, you know, the struggles with being a mom and all of that. I thought it was decent. Okay, we seem we had fun with what we liked about the film. What didn't we like about the film? Aaron, I'm gonna come to you first.
To be honest, off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything standout. Maybe one gripe I had at times, I thought her performance was a bit off at some points. I don't know what it was. I felt like when she was meant to be sad or concerned, she didn't really look sad or concerned. I don't know, I just felt a bit of a disconnect at some points. Little bits. That's how I felt. But then in the middle of the film, I felt like, okay, yeah, she's figured it out kind of thing. I felt like the beginning was probably her weakest part of the film, but as it progressed, she got better and better and better.
Which probably makes sense with her character, because at the start of the film, she's starting out as a stripper, she don't know what she's doing. So yeah, she's going to be a bit timid, if you like, and a bit taken aback.
Now that the mic was with you, what did you feel? What didn't you enjoy?
First of all, I'll start by saying, you know, I really enjoyed the relationship between J-Lo and Constant Wu. Their dynamics of their characters, you know, love-hate relationship almost, motherly figure from J-Lo. I enjoyed that. On the flip side, what I didn't enjoy is that this film tried to be more than just a stripper movie. It touched on more serious aspects, you know, the life of a stripper, looking after your family, raising daughters, everything like that. But I don't feel like they honed in on it enough. They could have done more and really showcased the struggles of raising a daughter. They just touched on it in little bits and pieces, and they didn't really focus on it too much. You know, struggles with finances, everything like that. They touched on it, but they didn't really showcase it enough for my liking.
I'm not quite sure if I agree. I think they've done enough to show the depths that you might have to go to.
They gave you a nibble, a little taste.
I thought that was enough personally.
I think without it deviating away too much from what it's about, they've done enough to show you, okay, this has happened, this is the effect it's had, but we still need to move to this place and it's still about this. I think if they maybe done too much, you'd have been like, oh, let's get back to what we're trying to figure out is going on.
There was two things I think, like, as Aaron said, I'll say there was nothing major that I thought was horrible about the film, but there's two things. The first thing I would say is that the first half or third is really strong, but I felt like in the middle specifically, it kind of dragged the tad.
100%.
I was kind of waiting for something to kind of kick in.
Thank you, this is what
but it was just maybe in the middle. And secondly, I thought how the film ended, obviously there's no spoilers, so I won't say how it ended, but I felt it was a bit abrupt. Yeah. Obviously, they show you on screen, okay, this happened to this person and this happened, but I felt it was a tad bit abrupt. I would have liked to see a little bit more of like the aftermath of what happened and what effect it might have had. But that's, if I had to criticize something, that's what I would say.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. That's what I was going to say as well. You know, the film started strong and it just fizzled out. I thought it got a bit boring towards the second half. Throughout, we sort of get a tale from Constant Wu, if you like. You know, a narrative kind of, and we're just waiting for too long to find, okay, well, can you just tell us what's happened? It took a bit too long. It got a bit boring for me.
Okay, so let's get into our scores. Let's really tell the people how we've rated this out of 10. Should they spend their money?
How many Benjamins are we throwing?
How many ones? Yeah. Listen,
when she had a stack of ones at one point. Paying for that. Oh, no spoilers.
But yeah, when J-Lo was on screen, I only had like £1 in my pocket at the time, but I wanted to fling it at the screen, man. I've wanted to fling it at the screen. But yeah, let's get into our scores out of 10. Aaron, I'm gonna come to you first. Is that cool?
That's cool. Do you know what? From the trailer, I could tell, okay, this film looks like it's going to be good, be enjoyable, be some jokes. I think it met my expectations based on the trailer. Wasn't really disappointed, maybe a bit long in the middle. Yeah, good, great soundtrack, great performances. So with that being said, I'm gonna give it 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah. 7.5 stacks.
So like I said, you know, strong start to the movie, did fizzle out a little bit for me. At times I was a little bit bored, and I think, you know, it's all about that girl power at points as well, which, you know, we're all for that Agents of S.C.R.E.E.N, but I saw that.
What did I do? What did I do? I didn't do that.
I saw it.
You have to
I
wait
saw
for
it.
the review.
I will wait. Anyway, listen, performances were very good. J-Lo, fantastic. You know, she made this film for me. I think Aaron, a little bit too generous. You got too much money to blow. I think for me, it's just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look, I think I've got 6.5 for me. 6.5.
Fair enough. What I would say, I've pretty much said everything I need to say, summarized it how I want to. That being said, before I get into my score, I just want to give a round of applause to Jennifer Lopez. If you can hold that for me, let me give her. Have to stand in. Have to give that. 50 years old. Give me back the mic, man. 50 years old, and she's still looking in her prime. Still looking excellent. Still looking heavenly.
Some might say incredible.
Yeah, some might say that.
Yeah, I think obviously the action was incredible. I think the tech,
Incredible.
yeah, it was incredible,
Bro.
mate.
Wow.
Them explosions.
What was better, Jennifer Lopez in this movie or the explosions in An Angel Was Falling? My score out of 10 for Hustlers will be a 7.0. I would say it's an enjoyable film. If you want a good time, light-hearted, at the cinema, I'd say it's worth going to see. You won't be disappointed. It's an enjoyable film. I think the ladies especially will enjoy it.
100%.
That's been our spoiler-free review for Hustlers. What did you think? Make sure you put that in the comments below. Would you be willing to spend your stacks on this film? I recommend you do. If for nothing else, come to see it for J-Lo. That being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't been already. From all of us at Agents of S.C.R.E.E.N.
Yes.
Peace.
I'm going home to bash.